Hello. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for joining my channel and coming back with me again for another transit video. Yeah, I think this one is good. I really do. Like, the whole point of this transit and me doing this video is just telling you and showing you ways to look for luck. Like, where do you look for luck? Where to look for blessings? Where could you see that coming in for you? And, and being able to optimize that energy as much as possible. Like, using this energy. Okay, go look at the rest of the transit videos I done Saturn transiting Aries, Neptune, along with Neptune transiting Aries. Okay, I did the Venus and Taurus that's happening right about now. So in this Jupiter in Cancer. So this transit is a little bit longer, okay? But I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because I want you to use this energy to see where you could have a little bit of a light spot, even if you're having difficulties, and what energy you can use to rest upon, to lean upon, to gather your hope and vision from, something to keep you going. All right. Okay. So, Jupiter in Cancer. This is what we are looking at. And for this particular transit, I will say that you have to understand that family could be a very big part of this transit, even if you feel like, some people want to take a rest from their family. Some people want to separate. Some people want to come together. Some people want to join forces. Really big guys on like lineage, roots, heritage, ancestry. A lot of doing these DNA tests, these ancestral DNA tests. Okay. So yeah, and just like wanting to connect with just seeing where you belong. And another big thing, security. And did I mention security? So yes, people are focused on their money. They're focused on their finances. You might see a very big development and huge developments when it comes to like real estate fronts, when it comes to like housing and, like the foundation of that. And how should I say it? For example, new developments. That's what I wanted to say. New development, and just like even a shift in how that is done. Like, I'm not surprised because I just was looking at someone that was like, that's in the whole real estate market thing, and there were questions around the high prices when it comes to rent and just like the affordability of houses and things of that nature altogether. And the guy, he was saying how, that there's a lot of emphasis put, and you look like you can search this on like Zillow, not that I'm advertising it or anything, but how there's a big accommodation for a lot of apartments and like high-rise apartments and luxury apartments, and like if you go search places to live, apartments is very high, especially high on the list of availability, especially in certain cities and certain areas. I know, but it's starting to become like this all over the United States, and fewer or less searches and availabilities for actual homes. Okay. And the costing too, the cost of it. So, but I don't want to keep going too deep in that, for those of you that know. But the point is, they're putting a lot of money behind a lot of apartment projects because you get more money for more bang for the buck, and people will be owning land or having rights to certain land as well. It's just more cost efficient, stacking people up high and, versus, So what, there's 400 apartments available versus like what, 10, 15 houses available. But anyways, I don't want to, that's not my area of expertise until I really look into it. But I just wanted to point that out for this transit. Like, you might start seeing, either these developments being questioned, or either just seeing the shift even more. Okay. In these dynamics. And, so yeah, personal relationships, guys, is very big. So people looking to join and connect with people that they could build personal, meaningful relationships with. And then these people use this to create foundations, okay, in order to build family, to build security, and this is like with heavy with investments and financial investments in order to do this, in order to develop this. Emotional foundations as well. And this goes along with connecting with family or just personal relationships and valuing that. And that looks different for each of us. So the need to belong and to relate to others, emotional needs. And guys, you can even see a rise and focus on emotional well-being. Like, people discussing and talking about how it's important to have your emotional well-being taken care of and intact before you go get in relationships or serious relationships with others. Also understanding, and we're starting to see this, when it comes to people in powerful places and money and access to that, and others wanting that and just willing to do whatever, willing to do God knows what in order to obtain that money and that security, making things less. And we talk about meaningful relationships, that's important, but actually joining with people that are saying, okay, well, in order for us to kind of start over, in order for us to, move as safe and healthy as possible, what can we do? Like, what can we put our money together and do? What can we put our finances? What do we invest in? Like, for instance, Cat Williams, I hear that he's like making his own studio, like how Tyler Perry has his. And Cat Williams, by him exposing a lot of stuff, you could be willing to bet that he's not going to be making, the whole goal would be not to make like artists, talents do some strange things for some change. But okay, so we know the theme here. And I wanted to say this and point this out, like social values as well. Okay, so what we value socially to benefit us. Okay, now and just like move the culture along, move society along. And Jupiter, you cannot forget about like having optimism and hope once again in this area where we see COVID kind of like separate people a little bit. I feel like it's never going to go back the same, but we're going to see like new foundations being rooted and being built from it. And maybe this needed to happen all along. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I just want you guys to know that each sign, there's going to be a timestamp. I'm not going to try to make these too long. And y'all know I say this every video, but I really mean this. I sincerely mean this. I'm not trying to make it too long. But if you have the time, and depending on your placements, you can go through, you can watch all the signs. You can use the timestamps. It's fine with me. Now, I have been starting, or the last time I started with Pisces, I think the last 2 times. So I'm going to come back around and I'm going to start with the sign of Aries to get this jumping off, if you know what I'm saying. And so go ahead, thanks for joining me. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, okay? Because if you subscribe to the channel, then you obviously like the channel. So I'm not even worried about that. But yeah, go ahead, like the video and subscribe. And I'll be back. Okay, so hello Aries. So thank you for joining me. I already want to start off there. I'm happy to have you guys join me for this Jupiter entering Cancer transit and what it means for you and where the focus lies. So basically, I'm just going to go ahead and chop it up like this. Where in the midst of the storm, and when you want to feel blessed and you want to go and you want to feel rejuvenated and you want to, where's your blessings lie? Where does your blessings lie? Where does luck lie for you? What could be a source of to move you forward through any difficulties that you may have, especially through the Saturn transiting your sign? I'm going to tell you right now, in your 4th house. Jupiter in your 4th house is what is going to be emotionally beneficial for you, because this is focused on family for big time. Big time. So yeah, you could definitely be having family members want to come and stay big time with your house and property. I should say this. You family. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I do believe that with every transit comes its annoying parts and its good parts. This is no short of that. So you could have family, wanting to come over and stay, and, coming over, staying and not knowing when to leave, coming over and visiting, not knowing when to leave, wanting to come visit, wanting to get together. People, in somewhere in the family bloodline, like, oh yeah, we need to catch up. I want to come see you. I want to talk to you. Could you come visit me? That type of stuff. Heavy on that type of stuff. This could be something that is annoying for some of you guys, but I'm telling you, like, I don't know if they're seeing you as some sort of source of security. They feel comfortable around you. And you know why? Because, of course, you're going to accommodate like a god. Okay? And everybody knows this. But huge with wanting to connect. And this could be you. You wanting to connect with people. You wanting to feel included in your family, and you wanted to feel loved and respected in that area, and just learning about this. So yes, with your heritage, with your roots, something dealing with your children, something dealing with your mother's mother, this could be anywhere from seeing if there's some sort of hereditary disease or hereditary genetics that could have affected your grandmother that might be affecting you or your kids or your kids. And like, if it's something that could be affecting you, you want to get on top of it. It's like a time for you to like secure yourself all together. Okay. And like I said, looking at the past or being able to look into this, look into your roots, look into the history could definitely bring about some sort of results for you, and even a huge educational opportunity too, guys, but bring about results for you that could definitely change the course of your life. Some of you guys could be getting into like blood pathogens, like nurse type work, nurse type work, CNA type work, doctor type work. Especially, I want to go like more in the field of nurse, CNA, that could be something that's big for some of you guys, or like caretaker energy, caretaker vibes, people looking for you in that field or that area, or benefiting from you in that way. And your social values are changing, or they need to change. Like, this could be something that you incorporate in order to get you to see the level that you feel like you should be at, that you should be on. And I mean, whenever we check our social value, as much as, and I know Aries could be like this, but not just Aries, but a lot of people. I'm not just blaming this on you. With our social currency and social value, the good thing about it is, and we like to take it and see where, not that we want to be like others, but see like, okay, so where am I currently standing and where do I want to go? Where can I go? And you can do this through social value. So like social value, checking that by really adjusting yourself and putting yourself in different circles, putting yourself in different positions. It could be definitely beneficial for you as far as finding like mates, spouses, hobbies, interest. This could be big on stuff like finding some sort of family, like a family church home, or support center for some of you guys. Look, don't shy away from any of this stuff. Don't shy away from any of this stuff is what I'm telling you. So yeah, it's very big on your emotional foundation. You're seeking security. And I feel like, yes, although this sounds cliche, seeking security within like securing yourself, getting yourself over like health, connecting with others, because I feel like some of you guys could be going through situations and finding out information that could be, making you feel like you want to separate yourself. And Aries, that's your typical thing. But here, I want to say that, no, let's choose. You could do that. I'm not going to say no, but you can do that. But if you want something like a sense of hope, a sense of, to see the direction that you're going in, the way to move forward, and just how to live in the present as well. Like moving forward, seeing a vision of where you want to get from living in the present, then, your focus can go here in this area for you, and it's going to benefit you. I'm not gonna lie, maybe some people could be seeing you as clingy right now. A little bit clingy or a little bit emotional or sensitive. But you know what though? It's part of being a human being. It's part of being a human being. I will say that yes, there could be the start of this Jupiter in transit in Cancer for right now will be squaring Saturn. It squares you, okay, in your energy. So it's a little bit more easier said than done. Because like I said, where there's good in transits, there's also those difficult parts. So with you guys, it's a lot of maybe getting over the past, how you usually typically see yourself. Okay, so Aries, thank you for joining me for this covering Jupiter entering into the sign of Cancer. Oh, it already did on June the 9th. Thank you. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel because I will be back. Okay, so Taurus. In this particular Jupiter transiting the sign of Cancer, this brings it home to you inside of your third. Well, I'm not going to say home, but brings to you the energy more towards your third house, baby. More in your third house. So what we're looking at, how we're using this energy to move forward. And for this particular, the reason for this video is when you're finding difficulties, when you're finding trouble, when you're whatever that you could be going through, looking towards your Jupiter energy, where Jupiter is, especially this Jupiter in Cancer transit, is like a ray of light, is like hope. When, you could be going through something a little bit dark or something a little bit tough, or just trying to figure out your way on how to move through certain, situations, certain issues. The biggest thing for you would be communication, right? Keeping communication with your family, close people, making sure that those social bonds and those social relationships, personal relationships are intact. And now I'm not going to say stand on top of that, because I don't want to make this all about like one-sided. Like, okay, you're the only person responsible for doing this, and this could be like with your siblings, or just like handling things in your local immediate environment. This could be the way that you're thinking about things, like all of these issues. And number one, communicating. Like all of these areas is not just for you to necessarily think about. Maybe you have to communicate it and express it and share some of your thoughts or emotional thoughts and emotional needs with those around you. Like sending out pictures pictures of like when the cousins used to grow up and play together, stuff like that, to bring you together, re-secure these relationships, and just help you feel fulfilled. And communication is a big thing. I feel like communication from a sensitive space is going to be beneficial. I feel like you need that right about now. Like understanding, and other people around you that you could be dealing with might need that as well. So remember this, okay? A lot, maybe, I don't know, like if you're doing something where you're visiting your, people, family, friends, or like just in your local environment a lot. Like maybe there could be like running errands, helping family members out, things of that nature, and just securing yourself. Like I will say this, do not get this twisted. I want you guys to understand this. And I am an individual that really, really uses this more often than not. I'm very big on energy releasing, circulating energy, and just being able to pay it forward sometimes without even, just like giving. And I'll do that through like running errands for people, helping a person out when they need to, because And it's not in a way where I'm getting taken advantage of or nothing like that. So don't think that. But sometimes like paying it forward in that way, it releases energy and it brings back those blessings right along to us, right there at our front door, in our lap. And I think this is going to be great for you, you know. And then if you do need some sort of release, if you do, like, use your local environment to do it in. Like I said, like, use your local environment to do this in. Okay. So there could be things that you're communicating in, you know, or hearing about like your family, roots, heritage. And like I said, a lot of you guys could be like emotionally sensitive right now, and you know, or people dealing with you. Also, a lot of looking back into history, into roots, into the foundations, like why you think the way that you do, you know, connecting family members, bloodlines, all of that. But just using your local environment, just whenever you need to, get in the car, drive down the street to the park, be to yourself for a little bit, to just like more like emotionally connect with yourself, and just feel like, if you don't want to be around other people and do this, feel connected to yourself, and that'll help you feel connected to others. You could be hearing from people in your family unit, of people you haven't heard from for a while, and like communicating with them and talking with them, and just making the extra time to do so, because we are great. We know that we're great by ourselves, and we know that we don't have to overly give of ourselves. But at times, we got to make sure that we're connecting with others. A lot of times, being with other people and sharing moments and creating memories is what makes us human. Okay? All right, so Taurus, thank you so very much for joining me for this video. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you know I will be back. Okay, so hello, Gemini. So this particular video for this Jupiter in Cancer transit, I want to make it particularly clear that my intentions for this video is to see how and where you can use Jupiter to act as the source of like hope, blessings. When you feel that you're being stopped, when you feel that you are struggling, when you're having it hard, this Jupiter transit is what I want you to look for. And remember, just something that you can just tuck away in the back of your head, your headspace, to go back and revisit and, you know, help get you through. Like, apply this energy, indulge in it, whatever. So for you guys, Jupiter in the sign of Cancer is happening in your second house. Wow. This is great for you. This is great for you because you've been stuck. Things been going on in the 12th house. Like right now we got Venus. This is in the very start of Jupiter transiting Cancer, June the 12th. It started transiting Cancer June the 9th. And at this particular moment, and you guys, whenever you watch a video, you can go back and you can attest to this or not. You can attest to this or not. You see? What's happening, you know, we got Venus squaring Taurus. We have in your 12th house of like unforeseen situations, enemies, delusions, things you didn't see clearly, health, emotional well-being, healing, all of that. Okay, in the midst of you just trying to live and you just trying to develop yourself, and just relationship issues, whatever you want to call it. Jupiter here in the second house, we need that right about now for the sign of Gemini. This is good for you because it takes you from these emotional places, this stagnations or feeling of stagnation, like going inside of a cycle over and over again, been on an emotional roller coaster over and over again, right? Because we just had Uranus long-term transiting the sign of Taurus for 7 whole years, and it's about to, or it should have already, I think in July 2025, it starts transiting the sign of Gemini, and it's coming out of your 12th house. I know that you're going to be proud. I know that you're going to be thrilled. I know that you're going to be happy and excited. Okay? I know it, because it's like, damn, get out of my psychological, my blind spot. Okay? So, great for you. Kudos for you. What do we need here, or what do we see here with Jupiter in the second house? It brings it from those places to a visibly practical place for the sign of Gemini. Okay? What do you want? What do you value? What do you need? Okay. When everything else is going on, think of these things. When relationships are rocky, think of these things. When you feel like you're settling, think of these things. When you want to do better and you want to move to another level in your life, think of these things. When you want to gain finances, think of these things. Okay, I'm gonna stop. The point that I'm trying to make is think of these things, all of these things. Like, so let's go here. It's up to you. See, where you get lucky and where you keep yourself grounded, and I'm talking about making finances and leveling yourself up, is when you value yourself and you understand your self-worth, and you have to set that price. And I know out of all other signs, you're one of the signs that know how to fairly do this. I don't really give, as much as people like to paint this picture that Geminis is just like these heathens from hell. No. That's not what it is. It's a mirror. Now, what I want you to do, and I'm not saying all Geminis are good or whatever. Don't get me wrong. Don't. But it's just like people make such a big deal, like out of what Geminis do. And even when other people are doing it, this is how you know the same stuff that other people are doing, they will just like hate a Gemini for it. This is how you know that you've been set apart. Maybe you haven't been set apart by yourself, like you thinking that you've set apart, but maybe God, the universe, purposely set you apart. This is the mission that you are on as a Gemini. And owning it and accepting it is the way to go. I'm talking about consciously owning it and accepting it. And you setting the bar for self-worth. You setting the bar for value in your life. You can do that. And you can actually get it the way that you want. Okay? It's something that you got to believe in. It's something that you got to know. It's something that you got to learn. But it's something that you have to, I want to say acquire, but I want to say practice. Implement. Okay, so in value can increase for you. Like maybe some of you guys, your home or property value may increase. Okay, so you can sell your house or your home, especially if you're trying to relocate. You can sell your house or your home for more money than when you first bought it. Some of you guys might be homeowners or getting yourself to that place during Jupiter and Cancer season. Sense of stability. Look for stability for yourself, whether that is emotional stability, whether that is, stability in the material world, stability that could be coming in for you. Focusing on that. So when things, and I'm not going to say things are going to show up perfect. That's not what I'm trying to say. But when, things come to you that looks unstable or does not look like what you feel like stability should look like for you, then you don't have to entertain it. And altogether, financial security is what you're going for, baby. And Jupiter is here. And Jupiter is like, okay, Geminis, I can give you what you want. And I'm going to tell you, the twist is, yes, this is definitely something that could come about through like you learning, whether it's learning lessons. And the good thing about Jupiter can make it softer, the lessons softer for us. But it's about what have you learned? What have you learned from having to focus on yourself and work on yourself? Okay, so let's bring this a little bit more deeper. Jupiter is saying, it's like, let's bring this a little bit more in, or I'm not going to say necessarily deeper in a sense of where you're just like, okay, emotionally deep. It can be that because Cancer is in the sign of Cancer, but it's like, how do you allow your emotions to happen, but move outside of it so that your emotions are not crippling you, so that the past is not crippling you, and then develop what you want to see in your life in the real physical world. In the real physical world for a lot of you guys, or for yourself, for your body, for your person. And you'll be seen as valuable too. Like, ain't no doubt about it. The Geminis is out here looking fine. Like, come on. So, but this is good, guys, because increase in financial stability, increase in net worth, increase of overall sense of stability, how you feel, and getting what you want. Now, I will say this too. Some of you guys could be having family. This could be personal relationships, forming that, coming together, bringing resources, helping you out with resources, but support is there with Jupiter and Cancer. All right. So thank you, Gemini, for joining me. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, because you know I'll be back. Hello, Cancer. So thank you for joining me for Jupiter in your sign, Tristan in your sign. Okay, so great for you. I want to let you know that you using Jupiter, first of all, Jupiter is here. You don't even necessarily got to use it. Like, this is here. So what it's going to do is act like a little buffer too for a lot of like tough, hard moments that you could have been experiencing or going through. Jupiter can help ease that, or will help ease that. It's, the trick in it with the way that this works. So a lot of times with Jupiter, especially like the starting off with Jupiter, it comes with this caveat too sometimes. Like, okay, so what have you learned? Now, what have you learned? Okay, so let's take what you learned through some of your experiences and then let's bless you, because, it's time. It's time. And for you guys, you're doing this through just yourself, like your self-projection. You being just at the right place at the right time. Being a Cancer here on Earth at this right place at this right time. It can increase opportunities for you. And just like in situations where it seems like it could go wrong or could go bad, or it typically does, you can see things go great. You can see things go excellent. You can see things go in your favor. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is definitely, that is more about emotional freedom, or like being able to move forward, not being blocked, not being stuck, right? So this is what Jupiter wants you to know. Like, okay, so Cancer, if you could step forward, how would you do it? And then also, guys, feeling joy too. Feeling joy being connected to family, feeling joy taking care of yourself, like with gosh, I hate saying cliche stuff because it sounds like so cliche, but it's just real. It's just true. Like with valuing yourself, taking care of yourself, self-care. Okay. That's through anything. That's through counseling. That's through just saying, oh, you know what? I'm about to go and I'm about to chill and I'm about to go get me a nice meal. Anything that you feel like is going to be beneficial for you. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Jupiter transits, baby, Jupiter transits could put some weight on you though. So just be mindful of that, because you feel so comfortable. And this is about feeling comfortable in the skin that you're in. So your appearance is everything. So we getting that appearance spruced up. We're putting energy, we're putting time, we're putting effort into that. And just feeling good. That, I'm going to tell you, it's an energy that comes up on you. You go show up at an interview and you feeling good. That energy comes across to other people and they want to hire you. Some of you guys could find like long-term mates or like relationships. Some of you guys can find like your husband or your wife or your spouse during this time as well. Okay? During this Jupiter transit. And if not, you're going to kiss a lot of frogs in order to get through the Jupiter transit, in order to get to the place of where you're just like, where the universe is like, okay, so I think this person is ready to meet their spouse or their mate. Because every single time, there's people that I've seen that I think a lot of times it works with maybe people that already are together. They get married during their Jupiter transit, or they take something to the next level. So it's one of those things. So yes, your ambition in action. So this is you just being called forward to action, even when you feel like doubt. Okay. Initiatives, you got new beginnings. That means new opportunities. You got to take the initiatives to go for them, to you activate them, to be involved with them. The offers are there. The attention is there. So you got this. Like, you just got to be able to, let yourself have access to the opportunities, and maybe not every opportunity, but the opportunities nonetheless. So this is about Cancer's like, who do you see yourself as right now? What is your identity? What do you want to put that? How do you want to put that out into the world to others? And I get it, because it could be an emotional time for you, but a lot of this times and a lot of these moments, even if painful, can prove to be healing. Because when something is painful, baby, and we got to release it, we don't got no choice but to release it. It leads to what? New beginnings, new opportunities. And this is what's there for you. So I like blessings to you. I hope you enjoy the Jupiter in Cancer transit. And please like the video. Subscribe to I also want to say this. Yes, for you guys big on family, that the family reunions, learning about roots, the heritage. I kind of feel like the more that people learn about who they are and where they are from and what that looks like, the more it's going to progress society and the world forward. Us knowing who we are is a way of advancing ourselves. Okay? Because when you don't know who you are, you're lost. You're lost into believing whatever people tell you that you are. So please keep that in mind. And that's why I said I leave you with the answer, the question of, who do you see yourself as? All right. Okay, so thank you, Cancer. And I definitely will be back. So subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you. Okay. Hold on. So we got the sign of Leo. So this particular transit is happening in your 12th house. I don't know. I don't know how some of y'all feel about this. I'm going to say it like this. Some of you guys could be feeling rather pleased that this transit is happening in your 12th house. Some of you guys may not. And I feel like it depends, because a lot of times, like Leos, when of course that you have those ones that like and love attention, but then again you have those ones that don't really crave it or care for it, and they do from significant. They would prefer to care for that attention or gain that attention through like a significant other or like certain people versus like everybody. So this could be a place of like restoration for you. So let me go ahead and be clear. By this Jupiter transit, Jupiter in Cancer, this is not necessarily particularly focused on just what you can expect. This is more about what you can use, how you can use Jupiter to help move you forward, to keep you going, to keep you motivated, to keep your eyes on the vision, to keep your eyes on the prize. When there's other harder transits that's going on that could be, making you work hard, making you like bringing up struggles, bringing up too much access to, to stuff that maybe you don't need to be affiliated with, or you don't need to be involved with, or you don't want to. It's like, Jupiter, how can you use this to help yourself? Okay. And for you guys, Jupiter is in your 12th house. So where there's a lot that can be going on in the developments of yourself, in the developments of your career, and you learning like something, maybe educating yourself or being educated, or like opening up to new friend groups, opening up to new networking circles. All that could be going on, and it's fine and it's gravy. But the 12th house is what you do to keep yourself going. Because maybe some of you guys, like, you're struggling with confidence. So you being able to go to the 12th house will show you possibly where you may need to do some healing, or where you're allowing yourself to feel defeated and not able to step into the shoes, into the opportunities that sits there and waits there for you, because you're just like, you're feeling like, okay, I don't know. Like, I feel like I can't do anything. I can't move forward. But Jupiter in the sign of Cancer is letting you know that you do that through family. You do that through caring, self-care. You do that through making connections of like the past, like maybe seeing a counseling, maybe seeing like someone, a regressionist, like I say a regressionist, like a past life regressionist, like somebody. Even I kind of look at it as our past life also is the current life that we're in the events that happened, that we experienced, that's passed by already. It's like, okay, well, these experiences happened, they passed, but you're still living in this life, but those experiences could take a toll on us. Like, even we could go here. Let's just even go here. You're a singer. You want to sing. You love singing. You sing in the shower all day. You'll sing, but somebody gets a wind of you singing, or somebody hears through word of mouth like that you can sing, and it's like you get invited. They're like, hey, invite Leo to the party to come sing, because like and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do it so much. This is a hobby of mine. This is something I want to experience. I dreamed about experiencing. But at the same time, I can't get over the fact that when I was in the second grade and in the talent show, I came in last place, or we didn't score that high. You see, and then you're still living out those past events and experiences as if there's something that's stopping you now. When it's like, well, Leo, that happened years ago, you know? So really allowing Jupiter to say, okay, well, this happened. It happened a long time ago. It does not mean it's going to happen again, or it's not going to happen again. You know, it's up to you. This is also allowing yourself to indulge in those mystical experiences and that spiritual enlightenment. And some of you guys could have like a soul mate or a soul oriented mission or experience that's sitting there for you, and you're just not allowing yourself to do it for whatever reason, because of fear, possibly. Like, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm telling you, what Jupiter is trying to do is trying to get you to let go of these places and these spaces and places in your life that you feel like you have, even over yourself, that you feel like you have to have so much control over. It's like, well, no, you don't. You know, let go a little bit. Okay, so spending time with yourself and making personal and forming personal relationships that goes a little bit more deeper and more intimate for you could definitely be something that you could be craving, or that could be a blessing of you right now, baby, because all I see is you know, like some very intimate fun activities, if you know what I mean. This could be here. And some of you guys want to let go into that. But I also noticed that there are quite a bit of Leos that don't, you know, you tend to keep it more fun and lighthearted, even when you could be craving a little bit more. And baby, right now, your soul is craving a little bit more intimacy. Your soul is craving a little bit more togetherness. Do you hear what I'm saying? So you could be doing that. And this could be like secrets, hidden stuff that could be coming out when it's dealing with like your family situation. Remember what I keep talking about, roots, heritage, that type of dynamic. Like, for instance, there could be a family reunion or a family get together, and then there could be like a family secret that comes out, or something you don't know that comes out, or something like involved with finances, or something that disclosed to you, like, oh my gosh, like you've inherited this and that. Okay, so just keep this in mind, and just be in sync with your intuition and the things that you're feeling. Like, don't overlook that and don't ignore that. Don't, you know, like, because your intuition is not telling you any lies right now. You're being sensitive because of certain things, because it's affected you at one point in time, and you getting on top of that. And let me tell you something, because I will say this. I will say this. So people that sometimes go and get plastic surgery done, and this is not everybody, but people that go get it done, a lot of times they say that they find themselves in a cycle of events to where it's like, okay, well, I get this done, but I still want to get something else done, and I want to get something else done, and I want to get something else done. That's because they went into it feeling insecure, with low self-esteem about that, the whatever it is that they want to fix, and they believe or they feel that, well, if I fix this, it's what I'm trying to say is deeper than just physical, and they feel like, well, if I fix this one thing or change this one thing, it's going to make everything else change magically, and that's not what happens, you know. So just keep that in mind. All right, allow your dreams, because the vivid dreams that you could be having, the awareness that could come up with that, a lot of the spiritual inclinations and you know, ways to grow, allow that to provide you with answers as well, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, see, some of you guys, yes, you definitely could be having a secret enemy, or like somebody that is your enemy or that's working against you, and you refuse to see it, and you're saying that they're your friends, that you're saying that they're your family. And once you get it, like, oh, wow, you're actually working against me, there's going to be a series of events. And even if you don't want to say, okay, well, this person is purposely working against me, it's something leading y'all on different paths. Okay. All right, Leo. And allow your alone time when you need it to just go and recuperate, and to connect with yourself in all your business. But so thanks for joining me. I'm so glad that you came and you watched the video. Just go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like the video, because you know I'll be back. Okay, so hello Virgo. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this Jupiter in Cancer, transiting the sign of Cancer, starting on June the 9th. How it can be beneficial for you. So basically, how you're going to be able to use this energy to assist you through difficult times and difficult situations. Like, this is your glimmer of hope. This is your blessings. This is your opportunities. Where do you get these from? So for you, this is in your 11th house. So opportunities can come up for you by way of friendships, or you can look towards your friends or those people that support you through like these times. Okay, so whenever you feel like you got to go through something alone, or you could be experiencing something that other people are not, baby, 9 times out of 10 there's going to be some people right around you that are experiencing the same thing as you, or there is ways. God, y'all, while I do not believe everything on the internet, and I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all could become popular on the internet, like whether it's through something that you're doing or gossip, or like through friend groups and things of that nature, where it could be gossip going around. And we could just look at Beyonce right now and see, like, in so many ways she's getting praised and uplifted, but in other ways she's getting dragged in a sense. And it's like, and it's online, like rumors and stuff like that. Some could be true, some may not be true, but she didn't clarify any of them. So it's like, okay. So that, we see that already playing out. We see this already playing out. But the point that I'm trying to make is, even though it is for you guys, let me go here. For me, even though I know that you can't believe everything on the internet, I have found myself in certain situations that I have experienced before, that whatever the case may be, well, I'll go look up what I'm feeling, or certain themes, or I'll come across it. And I'm gonna tell you, it'll be where I'm just like, wow, like, even though I'm hurt right now, or I'm disappointed right now, or you know, I feel like I'm not ready for this information right now. You know, evidently I am, because that's when it becomes available, when we are. But even though I might have my feelings about certain things, I see, like, it helps me, like, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. And then people, like, listening to other people and their stories has actually benefited me and helped me get through certain tough situations. That's all that I'm saying. And since 11th house speaks of like online, the internet, the World Wide Web, and stuff like that, it's a way that what we use to learn. So you guys could definitely, I'm gonna put this here too. Education could be something that is beneficial for you right now. Learning about your family. Some of you guys are gonna look at your friends as family. Okay. So it's not about judgment. Okay, so your social groups and organizations and other social entities. So putting yourself in like a social position and like socializing with others, going to like group events, going to I'm not gonna just say parties, but I mean party, that could be a cookout, a family cookout or something, you know, somewhere where you're gonna see that you attend or you go and you're celebrated and you're supported. This is about your dreams and wishes. Like, do not lose hope or sight of your dreams, you know, of what you want and desire in life. Some of you guys dream of having a family. Baby, you can make that real, baby. Collaborations with other people. Having collective goals with other people. This goes back to what I said. Going through something, other people are going through the same thing. You know, humanitarianism. So whenever you feel like, okay, well, you know what? I'm feeling isolated, or I'm feeling like emotional, whatever it is, doing acts of service. And I'm talking about anything. It could be anything. It could be small. It could be small, giving, like, helping your family member get a ride somewhere, you know, taking a note, writing it down, leaving it on somebody's desk for them, paying for somebody's drink or something, you know, something. It doesn't have to be big, but it could be. And that, being that visionary, like, it's keeping sight of what you, it's like, okay, and it's okay to make changes. Because even if you're like, okay, so this is where I started and this was my vision and this is, you know, what I wanted to go towards, but I see that I need to make changes. Allowing that vision to expand. You like, what is your long-term aspirations? So some of you guys might have to transition into what that is and what that looks like. Looks and gains and financial gains. Some of you guys are having financial gains through family, you know, through, you know, social networking. But it's still there. It's still, and just even the work that you do, something that you're interested in, your ability to keep growing and learning. Okay. So, Virgo, thank you for joining me. This is the Jupiter in Cancer transit. As a matter of fact, Jupiter started transiting your 11th house in Cancer on June the 9th. Okay. So yeah, and this is going to be, you know, it's going to be transiting, for the year. All right. I think at some point it goes retrograde, but you know, it's the motion is here. This is what this transit is about. All right. So thank you, Virgo. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel because you know I will be back. Hello, Libra. So this is Jupiter transiting the sign of Cancer starting on June the 9th, 2025. So for you guys, I'm going to tell you, Jupiter for you, when you're feeling lost, when you're feeling like you're indecisive, when you're feeling like you don't know the next step, when you're feeling all these things, like other things are going on for you, what is going to affect you the most is your public image. Your public image is very important, because it can make you and break you. And I'm really not the type of person that, like, I'm going to give you guys the real. I'm going to give you guys like the both sides of the transit. Of a transit. Transits could be good and transits could not always be the best. And we face challenges. The good thing about Jupiter is wherever Jupiter is transiting, it gives like a, you know, a little, it gives a more softer, a comfortable, and like even opportunities, within a situation that could be hard, that we will usually feel stuck in. Jupiter could just be like, okay, well, I'm going to ease up. You know, instead of giving you 3 warnings and saying you're out, I'm going to give you 6. You're going to have 6, but just get it together. Now, I feel like the difficulties that arise for you here is the fact that this is in the sign of Cancer and falling in your 10th house, and Cancer in Capricorn oppose each other. So while there's obstacles, I guess I kind of feel like yours is based off of certain decisions that you've made about your career. You could be thinking about this. So this is not something for me to like beat you over the head with, but because you could be thinking about your choices that you made financially, or just some things that you've done that could have interfered with your image or how you like to be seen. And it's really because you're seeking security, you're seeking support. Like, it could be financial support, or just like understanding that you're trying to grow, that you're trying to do better, you're trying to do things. But it's like, okay, but Libra, are you putting yourself in positions with people and with other individuals that interfere with that growth that you're trying to have? And if you are, you really got to check that, and you really got to see where you sit with that. Okay. Or like, what's like, what do you need and what you don't need? You have the support that's here because there's going to be somebody that vouch for you. These people care about you. Your family care about you. They want you to do good. They want you to thrive. They want to support you, you know, but I kind of feel like you're in a place where you got to let people do that how they can. It's not something that you're going to be able to control or like push on them, you know, just allow things to, you know, expand and yourself to move forward. So this is the effort that you put into achieving success. So whenever you feel like, okay, I cannot make a decision, it's very hard, I don't know what direction to go in, they're going to think of me like I made a mistake. You think about, no, like, okay, so if I want to make these changes, where can I put in effort when it comes to what I'm trying to develop, my career, you know, a long-term goal, my finances, my success, How do I become successful? And success look like many different things to many different people. What is your step to that is what you got to think about. So if you're sitting here being like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, you want to be a millionaire. How? See, start there. What does that look like for you? You want a successful business. Okay, you want a successful business. How? Doing what? With what? And getting real clear on that. Getting real clear on that. And taking the steps to do it. So, yes, your public image and reputation. You want to see people. You want people to take you serious. You want people to see, like, you know, you're human though. Like, yeah, you change your mind. You struggle in certain areas. But you have to, in order to do that, you have to show where you feel ambitious at, or where you can be ambitious at. Be ambitious at. Like, show your ambition. Show your effort. Show what it is that you want to be seen as. Show that. So, like I said, like, you can't be saying, okay, well, I want this job or this career. I want to get hired. But then you're like, oh gosh, I don't know whether I want to go to work today or not. So you got to show up. And not only do you have to show up, other people that's involved with you show up. Jump into your Jupiter bag. And because the house of Capricorn ain't necessarily about talking. It's about doing. It's about building. And people, so yeah, you're going to be in a public quite a bit, you know. So it could be like, oh, well, things that typically other people they wouldn't focus on other people for doing. They're going to be focusing on you. But it's all for it's an end. It's an end to this. There's an end to the, like, gains this for you. And some of you guys could be feeling emotional because you could be like, man, I'm not supported the way that I want to be. People don't get it, but it's gains. You will gain, because at the end of this transit, or during it, it could be at the very beginning of this, you can start seeing changes, positive changes and gains, and just even yourself leading up to these gains. Like, you can see yourself working, learning, and, you know, having that work ethic, having that drive, and then start to see changes immediately. Start to see where you're gaining at immediately. Okay? And this is about your overall career and profession. So really just look towards your goals, long-term goals, to kind of keep you on track, to kind of keep you focused. And this is where your luck lies, and this is where your benefits lie for you. Okay? All right. Now, I will say this too. Yep, there could be family, there could be lineage, there could be like you aligning yourself with a legacy, something that you want to build, something that you want to continue for your kids, for the kids, and it calls for you to do things differently. And maybe other people that don't understand it. Okay, well, that's not necessarily your problem, but you don't have to dismiss people completely. You get what I'm saying? You can hear some people out, but it may not necessarily be your problem to feel stuck at, to feel like, oh, I got to do this because I don't want to disappoint these people over here or that person over there. No. All right. Okay. So Libra, thank you for joining me for the Jupiter transiting the sign of Cancer in your 10th house video. So stay tuned. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I will be back. Hi, Scorpio. Hi. So Jupiter is transiting your 9th house. Okay. Now, with everything that you got going on, babes, with everything that you could possibly have going on in life, where you could be struggling at, where you could be having a hard time at, what you are using Jupiter for, what I'm going over this transit for, is showing you like opportunities that you may take advantage of, the direction that you can go towards, or energy that you can take on to assist you in these difficulties, to assist you, to keep you on track, and then open up more opportunities for yourself. Okay, so it's pretty much like, okay, so Jupiter is bringing these opportunities up for you, or bringing this to your life right about now. But you have to be consciously aware of saying, okay, this is what I'm going to utilize in this Jupiter energy. And yeah, this is how I'm going to move forward. For you, traveling could be a source of peace for you. Especially if you got like a lot of work to do, especially like if you're tired of dealing with stuff in your immediate environment. It's draining. It's, it's getting to you. It's not good. It's messing up your reputation, or you don't like the way whatever is going on. Even if it's not messing up your reputation, traveling and it's good for you. Like traveling, seeing how other people live, mingling with those people. Some of you guys, it's higher education, educating yourself, going back to school, learning stuff online, spiritual education, counseling, connecting with your higher self. Because some of you guys could be showing to where you have emotional wounds or experiences that you had that you're like trapped at. And this can be all the way from like psychological abuse, sexual abuse, but even not just that, like emotional abuse, or just like the way. Guys, people don't understand this a lot of times. Like when you're like an emotional person, just naturally, it's easy to get stuck or stagnated through your emotions. That people face depression because of it. It's easy to get because you feel a certain type of way, and you feel a certain type of way, so you start thinking a certain type of way, and you start thinking negative, and you start speaking that stuff into your life. You have got to work on that some way, some shape, or some form. Some people can do it. Some people go through spiritual counselors or therapists. But it's for you. It's having different experiences. It's a challenge for some of y'all because it looks like you being more on the independent side of things. And you like when you need to have these different experiences. Yeah, you could be doing it through family relationships, personal relationships with other people. But it's still you branching out though. Doing it anyways. Where you're feeling stuck, it's like, okay, well, I have to go through this. I have to go through this emotional experience. I'm getting in this emotional response. I didn't want to, but yes. And some of you guys, this is going back to your philosophical beliefs and checking that. And point blank and period, for some of you guys, there's going to be people that you feel like don't support your philosophical beliefs and what you believe in, but they don't have to though. See, that's the thing. They don't have to. But maybe you can open up in some areas. Maybe you can open up in some of those areas. That's where opportunities lie for you. That's where, I'm telling you, because for some of y'all, the people that you can go to that can actually help you and help put you on to something legit, making more money, having better experiences, you could have blocked yourself from them. Like you could block yourself from like, oh, I can't hang out with that person. Like I heard somebody say one day, a Scorpio, by the way, that was like talking about like people with a lot of tattoos. They're like, oh yeah, a lot of times people that get a lot of tattoos, that it shows like some type of emotional, psychological issue with them, and that's why they get the tattoos. And I don't see how people can do it. And la 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 la. It could be a mofo with a tatted up sleeve, with two sleeves, with body tats. That is the route that you go through. That's gonna be like, oh, you know what? I could put you onto this. Like I know this person, I know this person. You get what I'm saying? This happens through expansion and new perspectives. So guys, y'all don't understand how little and minute that some of this can be. I tell myself, you know what I do? I've done this ever since I was a kid, and I've done this, all the way up until recent. Once you get it in your mind, I gotta have something. No, it's gotta be something different. Like, I gotta do something different. Yeah, I can't keep doing the same thing. And you feel like, okay, you got, and this is me talking to you as a Gemini. Okay. This is me talking to you as a the gang. Gemini, gang. You know what I would do? I would say, oh God, I can see it or feel it coming. I'm like, oh God, I can't keep doing the same thing. I'm gonna have to let this go. I'm gonna have to let that go. I'm gonna have to do these things differently. I'm gonna have to, and emotions start to come up around that thing, whatever it is that I'm trying to do, or whatever it is I gotta release, whatever. And if it's something that hurts me so badly, like when I get to the point where I gotta do it, I have to do it. You know what? I better let me just get through it. It's your mind. You just make up your mind. I'm gonna get through it. And on the days that you're like emotional about it, you want to turn around, you got cold feet, your mind has to overpower that. Your mind has to be like, well, no. Let me think about what got me here in the first place. If I go back and do this thing or that thing, let me think about how I ended up. And I promise you, day by day, time by time, your emotions starts to wane to where it's like it's not as strong. And then you end up conquering the thing. You end up conquering the damn thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? New perspectives, new beliefs or revised beliefs, just expanding. It's time to expand past the current level that you're at or the current experiences that you're having. And new seems painful when you're not familiar with it and when you want to kind of control things. It does, but baby, it brings you to a whole different side of things and new opportunities. Okay, so you got some new experiences coming up, and the universe is like, dang, Scorpio, is you gonna do it or is you not? Some of you guys venting about or broadcasting, because you could have a lot of answers to stuff. You can know a lot of the stuff to help these other people through this. So broadcasting, networking, all of that could be something like talking to people, having podcasts, and not just having podcasts, but stuff that like helps people work on their personal self or show like personal care routines, coming back towards family, establishing the roots and foundations because of what that looks like. And nobody said that you're wrong about it, but other people are not wrong either. And I also want to say this too. Is there some truth with the person that said, well, the people that be tatted up a lot of times be have emotional wounds, as a Scorpio saying that? Yes, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Now, maybe if this person would have spoke this and their understanding about it to like maybe, they did a podcast or not even just a podcast. This could be, just communicating it. This could be a series of things, but I'm just focusing on this one thing right here. They could have explained how a lot of times people do this, but it's because of certain trauma that they have and they experience, or certain things that they could be covering up, and they feel like this helps them. This is a way to medicate. And talking about, it's not that I'm judging people that do this. Is I want to help people, bring to people's awareness that this is what they could be doing. And maybe what can help is like venting about it, talking about it, not suppressing certain feelings. You see where I'm going here? But anyways, okay, so Scorpio, I don't want to like badger you guys and harp on something over and over again. I do thank you for joining me for this particular Jupiter transiting Cancer video. So go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel because I will be back. Okay, so hello Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, Jupiter will be transiting Cancer starting June the 6th, 2005, taking place in your 8th house. So you know what we're going to look at this as? Listen, because of the fact that Jupiter transiting Cancer is good for you. I mean, this is about using this energy and using Jupiter to expand and to assist and help us out when things get hard. When things get a little murky, when things get a little difficult in life, what could we look towards? How can we use this Jupiter transiting Cancer energy to assist us and to provide more opportunities and more ways to move forward productively in our life? Like where you can go to have a glimmer of hope, where you can go to get satisfaction. And for you, it's in your 8th house, baby, of forceful transformation and renewal. So this is about renewal. I'm telling you right now, for a lot of you guys, for Sagittarius, that there could be something that it feels like you're falling in, that it's like not going right. It's time for you to get on a new experience. Or I'm gonna tell you another thing. For you guys, for those of you guys that's willing to transform yourself, something that you could have had, or that could have not done so well or not done good at one point in time, you didn't get success in that area at one point in time. This could be a renewal to where you can actually see a major transformation, like an upswing, because it could be an upswing or a downswing. Remember that anytime you see 8th house stuff, for some of you guys upswing, some of you guys downswing, but understand that if it's a downswing, then there's something else that you're transitioning into. Understand if it's an upswing, there's something is being renewed. Either way, renewal is here through these changes, these ups and down swings for you. You got to look towards this. So you look towards change. You look towards transformation. You look towards embracing the new. You look towards embracing the new. Even if you feel like you're emotional about it, it seems hard, you gotta just work through it. And like, take your time, like honor your emotions, honor your feelings. First of all, you're not feeling that way for nothing. Shared resources. So looking towards, for some of you guys, as marriage, like shared resources in marriage, like your spouse, is somebody that you can depend on or you can lean on to help with finances and financial opportunities. Okay. That's for some of y'all. Some of you guys could be receiving that from a spouse, and don't shy away from doing it. Deep emotional intimacy. A lot of Sagittarius is getting real. It's like looking real serious, or if it's not that you're serious in your, I feel like you're serious in what you value emotionally, or if you don't even see this, for some of y'all, it might even not even something you planned on, but something becomes deep and emotional for you, and look towards that. Emotional connections, deep intimacy, like where it's like you love making, baby. you're love making and connecting emotionally, and you are connecting on a deeper level with somebody. That does not mean it's okay, well, we're gonna be together forever and we're gonna get married, but it's there. That could be something that happens with a person, or it could be a relationship that transforms you. So either way, each step, each opportunity, each experience is like trying to bridge this gap towards what it is that you want to experience in the direction that you want to go. So facing your fears is another component to this Jupiter transiting Cancer. And I think it has something to do with your emotions, but this could be you, this could be a partner that you're dealing with, but I really feel like you could be mirroring each other. So if you want it, they want the intimacy. This is business, finances for you. But I think the difficult part is understanding how to move forward. And it's like you going through the fear, you going through the dark, and you coming out on the other end. Secret and hidden matters. Facing that. And I kind of feel like for you guys, you could find out some revealing answers to something dealing with your family or bloodline. Like hidden secrets. Okay? And some of you guys, this is about you getting personal. This is about you going deeper within yourself. If it's not with another person, the universe is going to provide this opportunity to happen for yourself, because you got to go deeper. You got to get locked in there deeper with yourself to do like healing and to see like psychological blocks, emotional blocks, where you're feeling. Where's your feelings are lying, and power struggles. You can see financial power struggles with other people. You can see control issues, and this could be whether you're projecting it and doing it to others, or others doing it to you. And it could be a significant other. It could be like through way of money, like somebody saying, okay, well, I'm not going to offer my support if you don't do A, B, C, or D, or trying to control you because they fear losing you, and vice versa. It could be a very obsessive energy. So having people obsessed with you, obsessed with them. Hey. And breaking free from acknowledging unconscious patterns that you have. So let's say you are a Sagittarius and you're like, oh yeah, I want to have a more intimate, deeper experiences with a lover or with somebody. But yet let me lock my chair. But yet you keep dealing with F-boys. Keep dealing with gold digging women. But it's gonna be a lot of that SEX, baby, for a lot of you guys. SEX or money. SEX or money, baby. One of the two, you know. A lot of y'all could be looking particularly yummy, you know. A lot of y'all could be looking particularly sexy, even in your dark energy. Like even when you could be facing, you know, some deep emotional wounds and it's because you're undoing the patterns. Yes. So thank you, Sagittarius, for joining me for this particular take on Jupiter in Cancer. Hope that you enjoyed it. So yes, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you know I'll be back for more transit updates. All right. Okay, so hello, Capricorn. So Capricorn, you are having your Jupiter transit Cancer in your 7th house. Let me just go and talk about a little bit about why I'm doing this particular Jupiter video. Is for how you can use this Jupiter transit in Cancer energy to help assist you to move forward wherever you're feeling stagnant, to see where you can have your opportunities, how to utilize it to help yourself, even when other areas in your life could be hard or difficult, or you're feeling blocks. The Jupiter energy, especially in Cancer, is like, okay, well, how can we move forward? Now, I know that for you guys, it's a little bit more tougher. It's more harder or easier said than done, because Cancer is your opposite. And I'm going to tell you, it can feel like, oh my gosh, you know, like people are going against me. And yeah, because this is the 7th house. It's like people are going against me. It's like I got to accommodate in like what their needs are. I do feel like people, particularly significant partnerships, relationships, like spouses, and just people in general, because the 7th house can rule the public as well. Yes, these people, I do feel like there's people there. I mean, it could be more than what you really want to deal with, to be honest with you. But these people, are also here to support you, believe it or not. Just listen to me. These people, these individuals, I know, because you're probably like, here we go. These individuals, these people are also here to support you though. But you have to be available. Because let's be real, Capricorn, you want intimacy, you want connection, you want partnership and money, finances, love, but it has to be balanced out, because it's like you also can't overdo it. You can't keep all this focus on these people and in their direction, but not take care of yourself and not do what you have to get done. There's a split between what it is that you got to get done and what it is that they got to get done. But support is on both ends. So what you need is a working, thriving relationship, or relationships where the support and the interaction is coming from both ends. You're not pouring and not getting what you need out of it. You see what I'm saying? Not overworking. You have to take time to feel how you feel, have your emotions, but get to know people, develop relationships on a more personal level. This is about committed relationships. So some of you guys, this is even more than Cancer itself. Some of you guys could come across your spouse. Your husband or spouse could bring this to you. Jupiter here is transiting your 7th house, baby. Yeah. So get ready for that. But this person or this situation may not come without its rivalries or its challenges. Like I said, there could be something blocking y'all from being together. There could be any type of challenge there from y'all coming together. But I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of it, half of it. I'm not gonna say a lot. Half of it is on you. Here we see your social status possibly climb. Okay? Because people are going to be seeing you and they're going to be wanting you. And they're going to be feeling like you are relationship potential. They're going to feel like they like working with you. They're going to feel like you help them out in a time of need and when they're experiencing challenges. Okay? So, which is typically, Capricorns can have this energy to do this anyways. So yes, support from others, supporting others, emotional. And I feel like it comes with you showing your humility, showing your human side, not your tough, stoic, work, but no play side. Capricorns, you got to have your work, but your play side. Because you could be dealing with people that want to play, or want to have their, want to go off their emotions and be in a moment. Now, I'm not saying for you to let this lead you to a bunch of nowhere land. But I am saying that the right people, the right situations, the opportunities, they want you to have this. They want to connect with you, but you could be feeling like you should hold back. For whatever reason. Maybe it's just out of sheer stubbornness. Maybe it's out of something that, that has happened or that is there. And I know it. A lot of you guys are like, well, I want to see this too. I want to know that I'm cared for too. And you will know it. That's the thing. And this is really showing you. I want you to understand what Jupiter is doing here and with you. It's really showing you through other people. And how others influence you and the understanding of yourself and how to develop. So what I'm saying is this: these people, these situations, instead of just being like, making these hard, stern decisions in certain instances, be able to be like, okay, so where am I? Like when you start, can I give you an example? So when you feel like because you're going to already be sensitive, you're going to be sensitive, okay? But what's going to happen is when you feel that you want to open up, right? And embrace the emotional moment or embrace a sensitive moment with a significant other, with someone else that you care about. And you go to do it, but you feel like, okay, well, this person, I don't know, because I've done put myself out there. They didn't respond how I wanted. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm not going to be doing that. I feel this way. Instead of doing that, just take a step back and be like, okay, so what if does it really matter? Like, what if this is just about me allowing things to still continue and flow, like understanding that, okay, well, in relationships with other people, sometimes we're going to get in arguments. Sometimes there's going to be hurt and there's going to be pain. Sometimes there's going to be disappointment. Sometimes they're going to hurt my feelings and I might hurt theirs. But is it enough to say that I want to trash the whole relationship? That I want to be bitter about it? Is it enough to just throw everything away? Like, how could we just move forward? How can I move forward? And that is what you're going to do in a way that you need to. It's not that you're going to always move forward with somebody and y'all going to be happily ever after. It may be like you move forward in a way that you can. In a way where you're like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe this person ain't there yet at this level. So I'm going to give them a little bit here and there, or right here. This is where they seem like they're at. And then I'm going to hold back the rest. I'm not going to be full on. Whatever that looks like. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times we have to use these relationships and interactions with other people to assess where we are and how we feel. So like even with me, I'll be like, okay, well, you know what though? That me having hurt feelings and acknowledging that and even speaking on it, or even just being like, you know what, I'm gonna distance myself just a little bit. But if the person comes forward, I'm not gonna hate them. I'm just gonna continue on and be like, this is something I might address, or maybe I won't, but I will check within myself to see like, well, do I want this? Am I feeling this way because I really do want support and I really do want to feel cared for, and that's why I'm feeling like I should withhold it because I don't want to be hurt. And then I'll really check in with that. And then I'll go a step further and be like, but is this a person that I feel like, are they showing me that they can't really give back to me or be there for me? Are they showing me that? Is that what I'm seeing for real? And if it is, adjust yourself accordingly. Like, okay, well, there's not, I could talk to this person about it, but I don't like the way I'm being treated with them. You see, you like, I want this to go forward, but I don't like the way I'm being treated with this. You have to access how you feel and sit with it a little bit. But this is really good for relationships to move forward with you in your social status. You could be getting invited to events or parties, or like personal ones too, where, people see you like family, you see them like family, and they miss you, you miss them, y'all can't do without each other, and then want to spend time with you. I get it. You might be like, okay, they want to take up all my time, and you got to be the person to kind of like divide that up. Okay, but this is real good for relationship and emotional developments and closeness and marriages and commitments and stuff like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I want to say thank you, Capricorns, for joining me for this Jupiter transit Cancer video. And like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I will be back. Hello, Aquarius. So the Jupiter is transiting the sign of Cancer for you in your 6th house. And so when everything else is going on, I just want you to come back and check in with this Jupiter in Cancer energy starting June the 6th, 2025. So it's transiting Jupiter right now. And while Cancer is transiting Jupiter, Cancer transits each sign for a whole year. So like, while Cancer is transiting Jupiter, what you can use as like a staple to keep you going and to keep you on the right path, where you can find blessings and opportunities at, and it could be a lot too, because I'm not gonna lie, Jupiter brings on excess and a lot, like extra stuff. So you might have to say when enough is enough. But this is with your daily routine, so you can get really busy in this area, whether it's with things responsibilities that you have to answer to, or you have to handle, or just that of others. And like I said, I feel like for you altogether, this is about being able to delegate certain things and just being able to say, okay, well, this is what I'm not able to do. But you're very good at finding other people that can. It's like, okay, well, this might be something that I can handle. Who can? Okay, so this person does this, but some of you guys could be leading something, be supervising something, like going into that area, going into that field. So this is about also the satisfaction that you have on your job, or with the job or the work that you're doing in the profession that you're doing. So some of you guys, if you're feeling unfulfilled at work, you might move into the lane that you feel fulfilled in, and and go in that area, or you're working towards doing that. And also, it's really, 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 really big on relieving stress. Like, the job could be stressful. How do you make it unstressful? How do you take away some of the stress? Okay, I don't know. Some of y'all could be dealing with some people at work or something. Or just like work opportunities in general. Like, how could you make things a little bit more fun and a little less stressful and a little bit more? And this could be some of you guys going to school or learning different work techniques. It's different techniques, and like focusing on that with the work that you do, or what you're interested in, even your health. Some of you guys can be really big on health and learning new healing tactics, healing things that you can add or implement into your diet or routine. This could be getting medical checkups and routines, or like the doctor could come up with some therapeutic program or something in place, some plan in place to help you alleviate, whether it's through physical therapy or whatever. Some, like certain medications, certain natural herbs or natural medicines that also could be something that comes into play with you, and then assisting others. So even though your work will require you working with others and assisting others, you have to also look for ways to where you can become assisted. And I think that Jupiter energy is just bringing that in for you. It's like, I don't know if you're going to be having an assistant, or you're going to be a little bit more proactive if you have not in certain areas, because see, your thing is you're trying to gain, like you're trying to advance, but less is more for you. So it's like, okay, so how do I get myself in that position? And for a lot of you guys, it could be education or some business or something that you have to work on, and you have to build, and you have to, make it work for you. Okay, so making things work for you is going to be beneficial. All right. Thank you, Aquarius. This has been the Jupiter transit in Cancer video, and go ahead and like the channel. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back. Okay, so Pisces, last but not least, I did you a couple times the last two videos. Like, I started you first, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and switch it back around again for this particular transit. So for you guys, this is happening in your 5th house. Jupiter transit in Cancer on June the 6th, and this is where you go. When you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or you're feeling like you got to reconnect to like the energy that provides the most opportunities for you, the most blessings for you, the most comfort for you, the most alleviate a lot of stress or emotional turmoil for you, could be when it comes to working with children. Anything working with children and being creative as possible in this area. For some of you guys, this could even be having a baby, having a child, or adoptions, or looking in maybe for some of you guys that are struggling in this area to do so. This could be like them a vitro, that process, or adopting, or whatever, somebody else caring for you. I'm not really good in that, like what that looks like or what that lingo is for that, but this could be developments or something that you could learn about, or that you can actually utilize to provide you opportunities where you could feel like there are no opportunities, or just like expansion, like extending your family, or just like working with children, but being creative as possible, making sure that you get in your leisure time, like enjoying leisure activities, having fun, getting back to the pleasure. Yeah, so a lot of y'all, there might be some pleasure on that's how that baby gonna get born. So be careful of that. But no, leisure activities, things that you can do that helps you get back reconnected to the creativity, that, because Saturn transiting your sign for so long, it was just so much like turmoil after turmoil, challenge after challenge, emotional block after emotional block, developments after developments, trying to figure things out, a lot of that going on. And it's like, I feel like, get back to life. Dating for you guys, some of you guys have fun dating and not just try to take it overly serious right now. Just allow the connection and allow things to unfold. Some of you guys, that might look a little bit more like intentional dating, like to where you're just like, well, I don't really want to be necessarily dating to just to sleep with somebody. I do want to date to see if I can get to a second date, till we get to a third date. But some of you guys, if you came out of a serious situation or a serious relationship, you could just be like, okay, I just want to just chill and have fun. Like, have fun with my family, have fun with my kids, or just have fun with the person that I'm dating or the people that I'm dating. A lot of this pleasure, you know what I'm saying? You can have some flings coming up for some of y'all, and this doesn't have to be with a bunch of different people. You just want it to be fun and happy and joyful. Okay. Some of you guys, maybe you got to take a risk. You got to take a risk in an area that you typically would not to find and tap into your creativity, to find and tap into like your childlike energy, to, you know, allow a lot of this, the fun to happen, you know, just like taking risks. And then this is about creativity, like using creativity for self-expression, you know, and to show off and demonstrate your unique talents. Also hobbies, because hobbies could be like what we use to expound upon our leisure time. So if you just like, okay, well, I don't want to just, what do you mean leisure time? What am I going to be doing? I don't know, something that you like doing. Okay. All right. And this is about romance and love. You know, like if this is something you feel like your relationship like has took a hit or has been challenged because of the responsibilities, because of the person that you were with, this is look towards romance, look towards love, but more than anything, like love your children, love your inner child, see where maybe how you got to where you are because of past events that you could have experienced. Tapping into that allows you to be creative, you know, allows you to, maybe some of you guys, you keep following stuff that other, like that religion is telling you to follow, that spirituality is telling you to follow, and it's like to other people telling you to follow that what you believe you're supposed to be doing. But it's like, okay, so but how do you, who are you, what defines you as your unique self? Wow. Okay. With that being said, this is Jupiter transiting the sign of Cancer for you. Happening in your 5th house, starting June the 6th. I want to say thank you for joining the video, watching the video, and liking the video. And please subscribe to the channel because you know I'll be back.